crying. "Didn't I do well?" While the Prince and Harold had a fencing match with the tin horn and wooden sword. It was beautiful, said everyone, and when the raptures had a little subsided, Nat came out with his violin in his hand. "Hush, hush!" cried all the children, and silence followed, for something in the boy's bashful manner and appealing eyes made everyone listen kindly. The bears thought he would play some of the old airs he knew so well, but to their surprise they heard a new and lovely melody, so softly, sweetly played, that they could hardly believe it could be Nat. It was one of those songs without words that touch the heart, and sing of all tender, home-like hopes and joys, soothing and cheering those who listened to its simple music. Aunt Meg leaned her head on Dimmy's shoulder. Grandmother wiped her eyes, and Mrs. Joe looked up at Mr. Lorry, saying in a choky whisper, "You composed that?" "I wanted your boy to do you honor, and thank you in his own way," answered Lorry, leaning down to answer her. When Nat made his bow and was about to go, he was called back by many hands, and had to play again. He did so with such a happy face that it was good to see him, for he did his best, and gave them the gay old tunes that set the feet to dancing and made quietude impossible. "Clear the floor!" cried Emile, and in a minute the chairs were pushed back, the older people put safely in corners, and the children gathered on the stage. "Show your manners," called Emile, and the boys pranced up to the ladies old and young, with polite invitations to "tread the mazy," as dear Dick Swiveller has it. The small lads nearly came to blows for the princess, but she chose Dick, like a kind little gentlewoman as she was, and let him lead her proudly to her place. Mrs. Joe was not allowed to decline, and Aunt Amy filled Dan with unspeakable delight by refusing Franz and taking him. Of course Nan and Tommy, Nat and Daisy paired off, while Uncle Teddy went and got Asia, who was longing to jig it, and felt much elated by the honor done her. Silas and Mary people with the interest of parents and friends, one who can serve well if the wages are love and confidence, and he has the energy to carve out his own future in his own way. Yes, I am very happy, looking gratefully at her most generous patron. "It is the best joke of the family, this school of yours and its success, so unlike the future we planned for you, and yet so suited to you after all. It was a regular inspiration, Joe." "Ah, but you laughed at it in the beginning." Star. Create art with amazing brushes.
Do you have the tablet in there? The girl.
This tail is like a wet bony, flimsy, overall thing. Oh.
Chapter 21 of Little Men. This is a LibriVox. The bear was forbidden to enter it on pain of a beating from Teddy, who guarded the door like a small dragon, though he was dying to tell about it, and nothing but his father's heroic self-denial in not listening kept him from betraying a grand secret. "It's all done, and it's perfectly splendid," cried Nan, coming out at last with an air of triumph. "The you-know goes beautifully, and Silas knows just what to do now," added Daisy, skipping with delight some unspeakable success. "I'm blessed if it ain't the cutest thing I ever see. Them critters in particular," said Silas, who had been let into the secret, went off laughing like a great boy. "They're coming. I hear Emil roaring. Landlubbers lying down below. So we must run and dress," cried Nan, and upstairs they scampered in a great hurry. The boys came trooping home with appetites that would have made the big turkey trip had not been past all fear. They also retired to dress, and for half an hour there was a washing, brushing, and prinking that would have done any tidy woman's heart good to see. A troop of fresh-faced lads